Hi everyone, and this is the Legendary Art back here with more. This is I'm going to be doing another Beyblade Burst Turbo unboxing. This is going to be for Fafnir R4 and Rudr R4. It is part of the slingshot system. It says Beyblade Burst Turbo right there. Then you see the anime look of the Beyblades about to clash. For Fafnir R4 is a left spin. For Rudr R4 is a right spin. And now, let's get into the unboxing. Okay, so I am back, and the instruction booklet, you don't need that. For Fafnir 4's layer, it was originally called Geist Fafnir, and I think it is actually called Geist Fafnir in the anime too. And Fafnir, if you didn't know, is basically, I think it's an evil dragon. I think it's slayed, mythology-wise. But here we are, we have Fafnir. And for this one, it's actually the first Fafnir in Hasbro to not have rubber. If you want to know what I mean, this is what rubber looks like. This is what bad designing looks like. But there you go. You see, the bottom one is Takara Tomy, top one is Hasbro. You can tell the difference. Hasbro one, they say that there are little ridges on it that's supposed to make it spin steel, and it's kind of a bad idea. They really should just chose rubber. Might have been a little bit more expensive, but still, rubber is what Fafnir is known for, and since they took that away, it doesn't really have the same qualities that it used to have, and it kind of also lowered the value. It also lowers the value of the Beyblade itself. But anyway, it has an orb in the middle. I like it. It's like looks like a dragon holding an orb in the middle, which is cool. And it does look pretty much like the Takara Tomy one, except for the bottom mouth part. It's translucent on Takara Tomy, and then for Hasbro it's not. I imagine that's reinforced or something, but I'm not really sure. Down the back, you see the QR code. You can scan it if you want to. And that's about it. It doesn't have metal on it either, just to let you know. Then here's 8-, which originally came on Geist Fafnir, which is this Beyblade. It's an upgraded form of 8, and the 8 disc is actually pretty good. I'm not real sure about 8-. I don't really remember anyone using 8- ever. Then here is Absorb Slingshot. So Absorb Slingshot is actually horrible. This is well, I'm gonna show you the gimmick. The Japanese one, here's the gimmick. You press it, then it's supposed to bounce. It's supposed to compress, then lock itself, and so it could move around the arena like an attack type. But for the slingshot one that Hasbro made, you can't really press it down. I'm pressing down with most of my strength. It's not really going down as easily. And then when you do press it down, it doesn't really, even though it does lock, you're not really going to be able to press it down enough for it to actually move around like an attack type. So it's literally never going to be like the anime even if you try. Oh, and for the slingshot mode, you have to line up the points and then pull it out. Then it becomes basically a whole flat like dish piece. It's supposed to be free spinning too, but I think mine gets stuck here and there. Then here is Rudr. Rudr R4 is actually this is my first Rudr. I don't know how I feel about Rudr. It looks like a lightning version of a Beyblade that should have existed. Yeah, it reminds me of. It has the same color scheme as Lightning X Istros, but I feel like this is a Beyblade that should have existed, but it didn't. But I didn't make it. And here is the QR code. Judging by the slopes, it doesn't seem like it has decent slopes. I mean, you can actually kind of tell because most slopes that are thinner are the ones that burst easier. From what I remember noticing. Here's a 12 disc. Remember to always put a frame on a 12 disc because it can mess up your other Beyblades. I actually did mess up a Beyblade from my championship clash balance set just by doing it. But it was for review purposes, so that's why I'm dealing with it. Anyway, here's the tip. The tip is called Fusion Slingshot. Fusion Slingshot is actually pretty okay. It mostly stays in the middle though. It's not really great. It's not really bad either. But you pull twist this, so you need fingernails. Wait, no, not for this one. But if it's hard to change it, then you need fingernails to press against the bar, and then twist it, pull up, then you twist again with your fingers until it goes in, or you could use your fingernail to push the bar. Guys, Fafnir? Oh, this... Wow! The whole reason why I said wow is because if you do remember my unboxing for the Championship Clash set, this happened. And that's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be really easy to just move. But this, this has some resistance. So I feel like this will still burst a lot. It might still burst a nice amount, but it's not going to burst as often as this one. I was actually planning on using this in a few battle videos. I'm not sure if I have or not, but if I did, then I'm going to be using this one because of anime accuracy. But just wanted to kind of let everyone know beforehand. And also, this seems to be... Yeah, there's also a little bit of a difference too. So, the tip seems to be out a little bit more for this one. For the Championship Clash one. Then for this one, it seems to be a little bit more even. So that might help it a little bit. Rudr R4. Oh my goodness! These slopes are so tight. I thought they were gonna be weak. I guess I was wrong. Guess my observation was wrong. There you go. Don't judge a book by its cover. Anyway, let's do a test battle, then we'll see how good these Beyblades actually are. It's Rudr R4 12 Fusion Slingshot versus Guys Fafnir 8- Absorb Slingshot. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Okay, so Rudr is a balance type, and Fafnir is a stamina type. So I can't really expect too much movement from these two. I'm gonna do one round in each mode. Okay, so Guys Fafnir took that. I think it does have some good life after death, so it should last longer in the arena. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa! One hit KO. That was actually the first time I've ever seen a KO in this arena. Or really any slingshot arena, because most of the time they never KO. Now let's switch the arena to the Takara Tomy Standard Stadium. And then we're just gonna do some... Then we're just gonna do 1 or 2 regular battles in Battering mode. Then we're gonna end the video. Okay, we're gonna do 2 rounds, I think. Like this. Let's start off with... Let's launch Fafnir. Full power. 3, 2, 1. Let it rip. Yeah, Fafnir actually doesn't behave like the one that's from... This guy's Fafnir actually doesn't behave like it should. So, what I mean by that is the Takara Tomy one. Here's the Takara Tomy one. It behaves like this when it's at full power. Yeah, it's a lot more aggressive, and that's how Absorb should be. But they did change Absorb, so that's one reason. And they also didn't include the proof frame, which is bad, but we'll get to that later. Let's do one more battle, but this time I'm gonna hand spin Drain Fafnir. Geist Fafnir. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Now hand spinning is basically what Fafnir is known for, at least in the Beyblade universe. Okay, so basically Fafnir won. It won all the battles, really. And now my final thoughts. So, my final thoughts, I don't know. I can't really give a solid opinion on it, only because for some people, like Fun with the Bugs, they actually did... They tried to unbox Geist Fafnir early, then for their version, it bursted a lot. Then when they bought it again, it didn't burst as much. I'm not sure why, but I think that they just had some problems, and I got lucky for my first one being one of the better ones. So I'm not really sure what to say. I think that if you do get a good one, then this is definitely worth it for everyone, for collectors, competitively, and just casually. But even if you do get a bad one, I think it's still good. Now you might wonder why did I say that? Well, it's because Rudr itself is a very round layer. It seems like it's going to be pretty good for defense and stamina combos, but it can also handle being an attack type too. Only because of its round shape, it could basically be a round attack type Beyblade that's good for KOs. And I think that's pretty good because you could just put 00 on it, or put 00 on it, or something. You could put 00 on it, and then use a tip like Reboot or Hunter Slingshot, then it'll be way more aggressive. For Fafnir, it seems like it's going to be pretty good in general because it can spin steel. Well, because it has these dragon heads, and because even though they can't really spin steel anymore, this actually can help with rebound attacks. It's basically like the reverse. It's like the less spin version of Genesis Valtrak, basically. So that's why I think that this set is really good, and from what I know, all the tips are like this. From what I know, all the absorb tips are like this. So you don't have to worry about having one that's like this, where it's pointed out. And that should help a lot too. So I recommend this set for everyone that's willing to buy it and Basically, it's just a great set overall. Like if you want, favorite if you want, and subscribe to become a legend in the making. See you next time, bye. And we're all proven to be legendary.